Hey guys, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. What's going on, guys? How you doing? Let's start up another podcast. Let's see. I'm hoping this one doesn't go to like an hour or 2 hours and 20 some odd minutes like last time. Oh my God, that was a movie. Let's try not to do the sequel this time, shall we? Okay, I want to talk about the new comic books that I got. I'm not even sure exactly what all of them are, but I was very happy to get a bunch. Oh, and the prices are still going to be on the front. What I paid. Just remember, these are Canadian prices. Where the hose at? Are you serious? No, I didn't see Deadpool 2 yet, Sean. What's up, Raven? Good day to you. Hey, Dick. What's up, brother? I can't wait to see your headcanon on the Facebook group. First off, in an online auction, I got this guy here. It is not bright in here at all, is it? Let me turn on a light. Wow! Stepping on stuff. Hope that wasn't too loud. I forgot that I got the mic like right in my ear when I do the podcasts. Anyway, I'm trying to shed some light on the situation. Something. Anyway, so yeah, I got this guy here. This is a Marvel 2-in-1, issue 55. It's not the first appearance of Giant Man himself, but it is one of those appearances of Giant Man, so whatever. I'm trying to collect all of the Marvel 2-in-1s again, because I miss them, and I love them greatly. Matthew Stoner, what's up? R Sarcasm. Hey, is that like Reddit sarcasm? I love it. Power to the people. What's up, dude? Okay, so, issue number 12 of the New Mutants, Volume 1. I don't think this is the first appearance of Magma, but if it is, all the better. So, what's this? Improving my my Inferno collection. There's another one in here, too. Issue number 347. Am I wrong? This might be the second appearance of Malekith. I can't remember. I have to actually look all of these up. One of these days, I'm going to sit down and do a video where I just go through all of my stuff and start putting them in order, all of my comics. Here's issue 5. I think this is actually a repeat. I think I already have this issue someplace. If I do, then maybe I'll like put it up as a prize for when I go to 10,000 subs. Here's issue number 600 of Detective Comics. This is a nice one. What's interesting, this is the same place I got this stuff from the place that acted like they knew what they were doing with comic books. You see, this one was $3.99 Canadian. Yeah, they had two of these. The other one was priced at basically $65, $64.99, and I saw this one priced for only $4. So I grabbed it with a big smile on my face, and I just let it go. I didn't bother bragging to anybody because Ogun is part of Logan's origin. You're right. I'm going to get to that in a minute. Here's issue 445 of Batman. I believe this is the issue where it turns out that KG Beast was not killed in the... you remember KG Beast? What do you call it? I believe this is the issue where we find out that Batman didn't actually kill KG Beast. He tried to, but he didn't. He didn't succeed. Issue 377 of The Mighty Thor. There's an issue with Grendel. I'm pretty sure this is Grendel's first appearance. Do I think Batman will marry Catwoman for sure in issue 50? Yes, I do think that he will. Oh, what's going on? Have you heard about our Sarcasm says, have you heard about the new Netflix comic? No. What's the new Netflix comic? I don't know what you're talking about. Is Spectre the most powerful JSA member? Yes, he is. Because God wasn't in the... literally, think about it. God was not actually in the Justice League, but Spectre was. So, Wrath of God? So, yes, I do believe that Catwoman and Batman are getting married. I definitely do. Suzanne, what's up? How you doing, lady? Okay, issue number 345 of The Mighty Thor. I'm hoping one of these is the first appearance of Malekith. I actually can't remember. Radwail, Ontario, represent. Oh, you're here in Ontario. What's going on, dude? Yeah, we got that election coming up. I'm in Mississauga. Trying to hope that we can keep the so-called progressive conservative party out. What the heck does that even mean? A progressive conservative? What does that mean? Anyway, look at this. Dark Knight, Legends of the Dark Knight, issue number 1. I got 2. I can't remember how many colored copies they put out, but I got 2 of them, and that's it's not a bad price, $4 each. Okay, I got this from that same thrift store. This is issue number 3. The price is $3.99. Issue 348. Newsflash: this is actually the first comic book that I ever bought from a thrift store. This is the second time I'm buying this. You remember I lost all my comic books back in 2011. Sean Sedrai, we will get Nadia Pym explained in a minute for the new movie. Yes, we're going to have to get Nadia Pym explained. I already did Ghost. I really want to start doing the Flash characters, like in the worst way. I'm going to give you an idea of... I'm not sure what I'm going to put up this Tuesday for 10 things about and explained in a minute, but I am going to tell you what I'm going to put up next Saturday, because I just finished it like 10 minutes ago. KG Beast explained in a minute. Yeah, 10 things about KG Beast explained in a minute, and since this is on a Saturday, I will be doing the story that the 10 nights. Actually, I found one of those issues in here. I have to actually find it now. Anyways, I'll get to that. The 10 nights of KG Beast. Okay, this one didn't have a price, and it's a little... Oh, the bag is messed up. The comic is not. But issue 170, where Rhodey takes up the Iron Man armor. Yeah, that's right. Didn't have a price, so I got it for $2.99 Canadian. I'm so happy. Let's see. Joe Fisher, Professor Bill, and chat loved X-Men Blue 28. Something tells me Magneto and Havoc switch places. Yeah, I have a feeling they're going to make Magneto bad again. Yeah, that's what I'm... But guys, X-Men Blue issue number 28... Havoc was officially re-inverted. So, nice. I'm digging it. I love the way they did it. And Elixir healed his face. So, Havoc is back to issue 0. Yes, Walter Simonson. I'm madly in love with Walter Simonson stuff. I'm really hoping I get the chance to see him. Toronto Comic Con coming up soon. Guys, I am going to do everything in my power to go to Toronto Comic Con. I made a huge mistake in missing... what the heck was it? The... Niagara Falls Comic Con, which is on the Canadian side. Yesterday they had a thing, have dinner with Jim Steranko. Do you know what I would have done to be able to just sit down and have dinner with Jim Steranko? I would have just kept my mouth quiet the entire time. You know what I'm saying? Just sat there and just chilled out. Be like, dude, talk, just preach, man, just preach. That guy, I know they got the whole thing like, oh, the coolest, you know, the most interesting man in the world. F that guy. I don't know who that guy is. Jim Steranko is the coolest man in the world. That guy just sits, he talks, he does whatever, you're just like, yup. Steranko is the coolest man in the world. I don't care what anybody says. Issue number 20 of the New Mutants. This is part 3 of the Demon Bear saga. So, that's cool. That's cool, I got that back again. Okay, this is a funny one. I remember when a bunch of people used to scream and cry. I don't remember when it happened, but I remember afterwards hearing about people being so mad that the Black Panther way back in the day fought against the Ku Klux Klan. It's like, you don't need to do stuff like that, blah, 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 But nobody seemed to complain in the 80s, 1989 very specifically, when issue 2 of Detective Comics All New Annual came out, and Batman went up against the Ku Klux Klan. I don't get it. I don't get it. What's a big deal? It's funny how we pick and choose our battles, right? But those other kind of comic book channels, those kinds of comic book channels, no, they don't have any ulterior motive. Issue 340 of the Mighty Thor. Yeah, I did a lot. I'm trying to build up my Walt Simonson collection to complete again. Oh shoot, I missed a bunch of. I don't want to get too far behind like I did before. Suzanne, nothing much. Chillin' and here to talk about comics. I hope that Magneto goes dark again. I'm probably in the majority. I like it when he's a good guy, but I like him when he's rocking the I Hate Humans flag. I hear you. Or perhaps I'm in the minority, but I feel as if everyone likes it when Magneto reigns terror. The thing is, they are making too many bad guys good, and... Like, oh, you're actually, Sean Sedrai, it's weird that Magneto and Doom are both going back to villains at the same time. Yeah, I agree. I don't want Doom to go back to being a villain again. I'm not interested in seeing him as a villain. I like him as the good guy. I love him as the good guy, but I get it, whatever. When are we going to have a hero who goes bad and actually stays bad for a long time? You know? Not Captain America. Anybody but Captain America. $2.99 Canadian. Yeah, $2.99 Canadian is like 25 cents US. I'm joking. I love that stupid joke. PA Stewart, God, I hate this ISP and the internet. But otherwise, hi everyone. What's going on, PA? Iron Man 2, Dick Fillmore says, was supposed to be Demon in a Bottle. Yep. Watch it with that in mind. Studio chickened out. Exactly. They totally did. The ladies, they're forming a union. Sean, what would happen if Rhodey became Iron Man in this day and age? Oh, people would start screaming SJW and blah, 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 I'm sure. Joe Fisher, Sean, I am you know, like, the right wing uses SJW as much as the left wing uses Nazi. You know? Like, they both need to just calm down. That just needs to stop. Joe Fisher, Sean, I'm a Havoc fan, and wait, why am I reading your comment to him? Stan Lee is the coolest dude ever. Yeah, okay, I can say coolest, you're right. I actually meant most interesting man ever. The most interesting man alive is, in fact, about 30 years after Jim Steranko dies, he's probably still going to be the coolest man alive, because, come on. Excuse me, Bill, I have that comic of the New Mutants 20. Awesome, Joe. Dan Slott will make a new FF villain. He darn well better, Sean. And you also say, how will Robbie get his car in space since the next Avengers arc might be in space? Oh, dude, he could make his car disappear and teleport and all that stuff. So he could just... You know what? We need to see Ghost Rider driving on the moon. I'm just saying. Plus, does it really drive on the ground? Like, does it have to be on the ground? That issue of Lockjaw was great. Whoa, whoa, whoa. We could domesticate dogs? This changes everything. The coolest dude ever. Raven is Iceman. Mark Carrero, what's going on, dude? Do you think Catwoman-Batman marriage will stick? Yeah, I think that it will stick for a really long time. When it does break, and I think that it may break, it'll be something else. I think we're going to see a war. Dick Fillmore, Kirby is greater than Lee. Victor, what's going on, dude? I unfortunately didn't go to NFCC. I was just talking about the Niagara Falls Comic Con. When I was typing a message to Victor because he was like, hey, you going to go to the thing? And I was looking at it as I was typing the message, and I went over and started looking, and for 45 minutes, I'm staring at all the cool stuff that's going on in Niagara Falls Comic Con. Like I said, the Jim Steranko thing that happened yesterday. Ric Flair is there. And it's like, whoa, he ain't going to be alive forever. He ain't going to be around forever. So I need to go and see him because I've never actually met him, you know? Like, that's an experience that I want to have. I want to keep under my belt. What do you call it? I cry sometimes when I think about the idea that I never got the chance to actually meet, what do you call it, Bruno Sammartino. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's, a terrible shame. I feel horrible. But, what do you call it? Yeah, so like all these different things, and then I went back 45 minutes later. I was like, oh crap, I never hit send. So I typed in a couple more things and just boop, like that. Let's see, what the, geez. Joe Fisher, Professor, I have a, Professor, there is a new team said to be Havoc Beast co-leaders when Dazzler, Colossus, Warpath, then hinted at a sixth member. I'm hoping it's Polaris. I have a feeling it will be Polaris. It's got to be, especially if Magneto goes bad again. P.A. Stewart, hi, right back at ya. Sean, to me, Joe, okay, our sarcasm. The Netflix comic is the Watchmen Harry Potter type thing from what I've seen. Watchmen Harry Potter. I actually want a Harry Potter Watchmen crossover now, dude, because that would be absurdly amazing. Okay, I haven't actually seen... People are telling me, Sean especially, have been telling me a lot about The Watchmen coming to Netflix, which I don't know if I'm excited about. A couple of people have been asking me, are you excited? It's like, I'm not excited about it, because I don't think that Alan Moore is going to be on it. And I do love when Alan Moore has his fingers in his own, creations. But it is what it is. Mark, do you think we will see a main Earth version of Helena Wayne? Oh, so the Huntress. That would, I don't know, man. That would be something, right? That'd be something. Suzanne, I'm a strong fan of villains myself. They make strong stories, bring the tension in, and all the lovely drama that I'm a fan of in my books. Magneto has always been a great villain. He really was. But the reason, in my opinion, I think you'll agree, the main reason why he's such a great villain is because, for the love of God, it's so hard to disagree with him. You know what I'm saying? It's like, no, the mutants really are, you know, he's the Malcolm X character. Hey, Martin Luther King was awesome, you know what I'm saying? But Malcolm X was actually fun. You know what I'm saying? Swarm will be in Moon Girl 31. I think you actually told me that, Sean. That's funny. Because, yeah, Swarm has been in a couple comics before. Swarm, he was from the very first episode, the first episode I ever saw, at least, of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends, that old cartoon way back in the day. Suzanne, mainly because he's driven by his past and his history, exactly. His fear of being ostracized, his motivation of never again. It makes him easy to resonate with. It also makes him flawed. Yeah. Like bad guy with what was the word I was going to, with complications, because he's willing to do anything to prevent it. No, he really is. And when you find someone who goes further than he does, it's like, oh wow, whoa, this guy's an extremist. Okay, a couple more comics. X-Men issue number 218. Look at that. Also, Sean, Bill, did Emma dye her hair red, and was the actual person in X-Men Red Annual? No, Jean Grey is just acting a lot more motherly. Yeah, but I hear you, though. Victor, I can always appreciate when a good villain, but I can't say no to my big dumb brutes. Well, Victor, I forget if I asked you or not when we were hanging out. Did you like it when Juggernaut was a good guy for a while? Suzanne, hottie bad guy, right? Magneto with the ridiculously ripped stomach. It's like the guy never has to pick up anything, and your weights are usually metal, right? The guy never has to pick up anything, yet somehow he's built like a brick crap house, right? Like, come on, man, come on. There's a Mary Sue character for you. Dick Fillmore. I liked Magneto when he was headmaster during the Mutant Massacre. That was impressive when he wasn't wearing the helmet and all that. Missed opportunity. Sinister versus Magneto in my canon. I would love to read that, dude. Sean, I meant because Jean's boobs were huge. Jean's boobs were way too huge. Does Magneto ever age? You can't tell because I think he's had gray hair since he was like 13 years old, right? But, yeah, dude, Jean Grey's boobs in the X-Men Red Annual issue number 1 were so huge. It's like, dude, she was clearly using her telekinesis as a bra, because no bra could ever hold those things up. Like, just literally walking forward and everything. Hi, I'm going to read your mind, and fall over. Like, come on, man. Khan's chest is greater than Magneto's chest. Khan from, Ricardo Montalban? Khan! Yeah, right, he always had the thing. Okay, I'm starting to put it together now. Ricardo Montalban was awesome, man. Welcome to Klingon Island. Maybe Emma's bra could. Emma doesn't wear a bra, dude. That's why she's got the strings, and those are actually... That's got to be like adamantium lacing to keep that corset up, you know what I'm saying? Victor, I did enjoy it, but when he started losing his powers, he was just a Colossus clone. Yeah, I actually felt that way also. It's like, why is Juggernaut even on this team? And even when he went back and he did get the crystal and all that stuff, and he came back and he fought the Hulk in the World War Hulk crossover for the X-Men, he still kind of got beaten up. It's like, oh, you're full of momentum, but what if there's nothing there? And he, like, Olay, moves to the side. It's like, come on, dude. And Sidorak was like, you're still not as, tough as I need you to be. That did turn into an amazing storyline, but after that was over, it just fell completely flat. Joe Fisher, talking to Sean. Sean, boom. Remember how Hitler was an FF villain? And are you talking about the hate monger? Yes, that was crazy. It's like, they're not saying that's Hitler, but that looks like Hitler. Like the little mustache. That looks like Hitler. True fan form. Gottlieb's Law, just in full effect there, right? If you write a comic book long enough, somehow Hitler's going to show up. True fan form. What's going on, man? Magneto does age, but his body has been altered and at one point de-aged, so it's hard to tell sometimes. Right? Yeah, oh, that's right, he was de-aged at one point. Oh, man, I forgot about that. Actually, somebody else reminded me about that at one point, so I forgot about that twice now. Dick, you should spotlight the Jim Lee's X-Men swimsuit edition in the 90s. Oh my god. And I was a teenager when that happened. I think I must have been in 10th grade, because my buddy Terrell was in our school at that point. He went back to Neptune High School the year after. But I remember him coming up and showing me, look at this. I'm like, what am I looking at? It's like, it's X-Men naked, comic book characters naked. He's like, that's Kitty Pryde, because he knew I had a crush on Kitty Pryde way back then. I was like, cool. And he's like, and he just looked at me like, uh-huh. You're trying to maintain your cool here, but everybody knows. You're not standing up. I'm like, okay, it's not that bad, but like, come on. Come on. Yeah, I actually never bought the swimsuit edition. I remember I looked at it, and they had something else. There was the Marvel Annual or something like that. There's one kind of book that they put out every year, which I thought was cool. It was like contests and tests of feats of strength and stuff like that, which I bought, which I thought was really cool. But the swimsuit edition was the very first time I looked at a comic book and I was like, this looks awesome. They're going to do a swimsuit edition just like the NFL does with Sports Illustrated, blah, blah. And I was just like, wait a second. If I buy this, I'm about as dweeb gets. No offense to anybody who did buy it, but I literally looked at it as, I'm not buying this. Oh, Dick Fillmore, you dweebed out. I can't blame you. I can't blame you. Sean, people want the Marvel swimsuit thing to come back. Somebody was just commenting on it today, which I thought was funny. How old is Cable? You can never tell because it can always be a different version of Cable coming back to hang out. Hi, guys. No, I'm not that old Cable. I'm a much younger Cable. Victor, since it was a Fox film, you haven't seen Deadpool 2, have you? I have not seen Deadpool 2 yet. I might actually just wind up going tomorrow just to go and see that because, yeah, like why not, right? Our sarcasm. Have you read? Actually, I might wind up going on Tuesday because Tuesday is a reduced price, and I'm hoping that it's gonna. And I'll just go during the day. My wife usually stays home from work on Tuesdays, so I might go and do it then. Since it was a Fox. Oh, our sarcasm. I love that stupid name, dude. That's awesome. It's like Reddit sarcasm. Have you read Batman: The Long Halloween? I have. Of course, I have. What kind of? How can I have a comic book channel if I haven't read Batman: The Long Halloween? But no, it's a good question. I'm going to assume it was a sarcastic question. The swimsuit edition, we saw Ghost Rider naked. I know. Like, what the heck was that? Joe Fisher, and Kitty Pryde is a real person too. Whoa, 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 whoa! Kitty Pryde's a real person? Because, yeah, my marriage might be in jeopardy. True fan forum. Hitler was well in comics since he was a real-life supervillain. Exactly. Dick Fillmore, Long Halloween. Yes. Suzanne, go see Deadpool 2, Bill. It's fun popcorn movie. Yeah, I'm gonna go check that out. Please do for me, if nothing else. No problems there, Victor. If we lived a little bit closer, it'd be cool to go and see it at the same time because what do you call it? I guess you already seen it. You could be like, watch this part. Ow! Victor beat me up. Mark Guerrero, whose Batman run do you prefer, Grant Morrison or Scott Snyder? Oh, dude, don't, come on, man. That's like, which parent do you love more, mommy or daddy? Stop it. That's not fair. They're both very different. And let's be realistic, dude. Morrison has a lot more run time than Snyder does. So we'll see. Scott Snyder, I will tell your wife that you said that. Wife's right out there, dude. She usually hears me when I'm talking. I'll be finished and be like, all right, babe, that was done. She's like, I know. What were you talking about when you said such and such? I'm like, why don't you just watch the podcast, dude? But, okay. Issue 277 of the X-Men. I think I already have this issue. I have to actually put some notes in my phone in order to see what I actually do and don't have, because I know that I buy comics that I already have. I don't know if this is an important issue or not, but issue 546 of Batman, I think, I can't actually see what I'm looking at. Let me bring that up. There we go. And it's got like the I think that's Tim. That's got to be Tim Drake because there's 2 different Robins there. So I think this is this has to be an early Robin issue. You know what I'm saying? Like before he actually took the mantle. Maybe this is the issue that he actually takes the mantle. That'd be awesome. We were just talking about Dazzler and Juggernaut, right? One of the best issues ever. 277 of Uncanny X-Men. Like this is legit one of the best issues ever. Excuse me. It's a total one-shot. If you read this and no other X-Men comic ever, you're going to say, oh my god, are all the issues this amazing? And not quite, but yeah, it's awesome. Like, this was absolutely amazing. Oh, what do I have here? Could this possibly be the first appearance of Terra for only, what's that price? $5 Canadian. And they were selling the first appearance of Terra right before the New Mutants, the Teen Titans movie or TV series comes out. I'm sorry. Do these guys actually know what they're doing with their comic books? No, I do not think they do. I had this comic book when I was younger. I don't know what the significance of this is. I think that there's some significance to it. I can't remember, but I bought it anyway just because I had this when I was a kid. I loved the cover. It was one of my favorite covers ever. Like, this should have been a poster. Maybe it was, but... issue 344, more Simonson, where we see what kind of a person Balder really is. Like, that was an absolutely amazing issue, dude. Let's see. Joe Fisher, Professor Bill, the person who came up with Kitty Pryde, based her off of someone they'd gone to high school with, or to school with. Oh, really? Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Good one, Joe. Dick Fillmore, Bay is Danish for poop, by the way. Really? Victor, that'd be awesome, but I'll say that there was a point in the movie where I just had the dumbest grin on my face. I'm sure you'll know when you see it. Oh, no, since you said that, yes, I did hear about the spoilers. So I think I know exactly what you're talking about. Suzanne, it looks like Dick Fillmore ruined that word for her. I'll still say Bay. I don't, but I just watched this one issue, one episode. It was episode 1 and 2 of Teen Titans Go. I've never watched the Teen Titans Go before. I watched everything and the movie. I owned all the seasons on DVD for Teen Titans, the original cartoon, and I loved it. It was the best. I used to watch them with my daughters. You know what I'm saying? And so I never wanted to watch Teen Titans Go because I'm like, why would you cancel this to do this? It doesn't make sense. That's just silly. So anyway, I never watched it before, but somebody at my comic book store 2 weeks ago, actually on Deadpool Day, so 2.5, 3 weeks ago, told me, hey man, there's this one episode called BPRD or something like that. It's in season 4. Go and watch this episode. It's actually 2 episodes, episode 1 and 2. And oh my God, I watched it on Netflix and it was hysterical. And Beast Boy talking to Raven. I be fiddling. You know, Bay. I gotta be fiddling. I gots to be fiddling. Just yeah, that's a part of my what do you call it? Part of my vocabulary now. Okay, my favorite Batman was Year 2 with the Ripper and McFarlane art. Nice one, Dick. Continuing. Sorry, Sue. Truth must prevail. P.A. Stewart, trust me, Bill. Your wife can hear you. Even if you're a block away, it's a woman thing. I agree. Just like drill sergeants can see you, even if they're not in the room or even if they're not looking at you, whatever, they always see you when you mess up somehow. Sean, Tim Drake. That is Tim Drake's first appearance? Because effing A, if you're right, that is awesome. Dick Fillmore, by New Father's Beard. Not new. By my father's, my new. No, new, like, you remember that song back in the day? Oh, new, can't get you out of my mind. Yeah, that song. Anyway, no, I thought that's what you were singing. You know what, I'm going to stay with new. I know you corrected it. I'm not going to accept it. You know, your correction is redacted. We're sticking with your original by New Father's Beard. We're done. Sorry, Dick. We're done. Sean, will Marvel make a Wonder Man movie? I'd be shocked if they sunk money into a Wonder Man movie. I'm just saying. I'd be shocked. Suzanne, I want that shirt, Bill. Where did you get it? Oh, I don't know the name of the store, But if you, it's in the Square One Mall. There's a store. I know you're not too far away. There's a store in the Square One Mall. It's on the bottom floor. It's not on the Walmart side, but on the other side, very close to where the food court is. So if you're at the food court, don't walk towards Walmart. Walk towards the other place, the other direction, and then as you're walking there on the bottom floor, you'll see the store on your left. It's just it's like a record. I think it's a record store, record and CD, and then they got a whole bunch of shirts on the left wall when you walk in, and I found it there. So yeah, this was like a year ago I got this. I don't think Wonder Man has enough of a fan base. No, he does not. Joe Fisher, Uncanny X-Men artist John Byrne named Kitty Pryde after a classmate he met. Damn it! In art school, John Byrne named after an art school, Alberta College of Art. Oh, and design in Calgary. No, too much jumping. Oh, up here. Okay, yeah, I knew I saw Comic Boom show up. What's up, Comic Boom? Sorry, I have to say it louder. What's up, Comic Boom? Joe Fisher. So, in 1973, he had told Pryde he liked her name and asked. Nice. Nice. That is okay. So it was after her name. Okay, cool. I wonder if she walked through walls. Anyway, did Guardians of the Galaxy have enough of a fan base to say yes? In Guardians of the Galaxy, they absolutely. Oh, yes. I think I understand what you're saying. Nobody cared about Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe Sean Gunn can make us care about Wonder Man. You know what? You know what, Sean? I'm gonna relegate this to you because I'm gonna have to agree. I'm gonna have to agree that what's his face? If anybody could make us like what do you call it, a Wonder Man movie, then I believe it's got to be Sean Gunn. I think he would shock and amaze us all. Oh, and I've got the entire run from the 90s coming to me in the mail, like any day now. Ghost Skittle just woke up. What's up, dude? Sleepy time. I don't know why I said sleepy time and all of a sudden night. You ever seen that Kevin Hart special where he's like, yeah, all alone on the street, represent. Woke up in the morning, took a nap. You ever go night? You ever go night? Everybody go night. I don't know why I got that in my head also once I said that, but that's what's in my head now. So I'm in an even better mood. Joe, he told Raven would watch a Wonder Man movie. Joe Fisher, he had told Pryde he liked her name and asked for permission to use it. Awesome. Promising to name his first original comics character after her. That is awesome. That is really awesome. I'm hoping to meet John Byrne one of these days. Get a signature, but he hardly ever does appearances. Comic Boom is pleased with somebody. What's going on, dude? Cheers. Suzanne, I'm in Toronto. Don't make me go to Mississauga, Bill. I only travel for Gotham, nothing else. Well, it's not too far away. It's very close. What do you call it? So Joe Fisher, Byrne drew the character to slightly resemble an adolescent Sigourney Weaver. You know, I've never been particularly attracted to Sigourney Weaver. That's not a knock on her. It's a taste kind of thing. I've never found her particularly attractive. I don't begrudge anybody who does. You know, again, I'm not trying to shame her in any way. Everybody's, different. A lot of people really liked Kelly Bundy. Kelly Bundy. And I thought, she's okay, I guess. But, that's just a weird thing. So every time somebody's like, oh my God, she's so gorgeous, I'm like, okay, cool. That's just a taste thing. Raven, I'd prefer a West Coast Avengers movie. Yes! Make that happen. Dick, Portland, Oregon-based Walmart. They only exist on the edge of city here. Sorry, I had to split into 3 parts. Joe's the multiple man. Good to know. James Gunn, not Sean. Oh, Sean Gunn is the brother, right? James Gunn posted that panel with the alternated Hercules and Logan making out. Oh, yeah, that's right, from that one comic book. I never owned that comic book, so that was a shock to find out that that happened. And I went back and I read it. I was like, that's actually really brave. I forget who wrote that. Like it's one of those things where it's like you should expect it from Hercules if you didn't expect it, or it's like if it happens, it's like, oh, never thought about that. Yes, makes sense. But with Wolverine, it's like, that's interesting, but I guess he's that age. All right, cool, I guess. Let's see, Victor. Well, gotta go see everyone. See you later, Victor. Professor Bill. Oh, got that. Bye, Victor. Sigourney was hot in Galaxy Quest, though. I never saw Galaxy Quest. My wife loves that movie. Charlie Cox. Ghost Skittle says Charlie Cox said that he was a fan of Ben Affleck's portrayal of Daredevil. I was also. I didn't have a problem with Ben Affleck as Daredevil. I had a problem with the movie, but I didn't have any problem really with him. I think he played his part really well. I think he had the part down. Sean, Greg Pak wrote that. Get out of town. All right, interesting. Comic Boom, have you ever done a 10 Things to Know About Multiple Men? No, I have not, because I might pick up the new series. Okay, good point. Okay, you know what? It's not a lot of time, but I think that I can make 10 Things About Multiple Men Explained in a Minute for Tuesday. Why not? Let's see if I can make that happen. So after I'm finished here, I'm going to start doing my research really quick and put together the script and speak it and then try and... Oof, it's a lot of work. Those 10 things, dude, those 10 things, for such a short video, you have no idea how much work I put into that. Like, there's a lot of work. That's like almost a full day event for me to do those. So, wow. But, yeah, those are the things I really want to be known for on YouTube. But, all right. Nice. Comic Boom did a request, and why the hell wouldn't I say yes to Comic Boom? Ghost Skittle, the Wolverine-Hulk relationship sucks. Does it? See, again, I never read it, so I'd have to actually read it to know, like, was it any good? Jason O'Neill, welcome to the channel, brother. I love what you do. Thank you. Appreciate the reviews you do for the issues that you buy. Thank you. I always check in to hear your thoughts. I personally am hoping for an MCU Fantastic Four movie more than anything. Yeah, I think that when it happens, we'll be in good hands. I think that we'll be in really good hands. That's why, even though it's going to become a monopoly, I've kind of put my feelings aside on Disney owning the properties, and I'm kind of rooting for them over Comcast, just because I really want to see the Fantastic Four and X-Men over in the MCU. Dick Fillmore, wait, Hercules and Logan are gay like Iceman now? I'm so glad I gave up years ago. There was one comic book series that I knew came out, but I didn't read it because I was starting to have some Wolverine overload, but it was with Hercules and Logan in it. I think it was 3 issues, if I'm not mistaken. Anyway, maybe it was a trade paperback or a graphic novel, but whatever. And I read 3 years ago, I think, right before I went to Dammam. Right before I went to Saudi for the last time, they had. I do remember reading that there was a new Hercules comic book coming out, and they were not going to make him bisexual like they made him. Excuse me, in that comic book or comic book series title. So I was like, oh, whoa, they did what? So. Whatever. I don't know. I don't think any of that stuff necessarily kills anything, but whatever, man. Like, literally, I just don't even care. If it's a good story, whatever. If they were able to make it work, whatever, you know? Like, I used to read the Vampire the Masquerade novels all the time, and those were amazing. So the Dark Ages stuff, the modern stuff, all of those were amazing. And sometimes they would have characters who it turns out that, they did have some of those gay feelings inside them. It didn't bug me at all, because, like, I guess if you're hanging out with this person your whole entire life, maybe? I don't know. I never had a feeling like that, but they're vampires. Vampires had a special thing about them that only the Toreador clan, if I remember correctly, were typically the very sexual ones. But so even when they said that they were gay, vampires usually wouldn't have sex because you actually have to burn off the blood which, especially as you get older as a vampire, you need to consume more to stay alive because you're more powerful. So they're usually very, like, they were just written so damn well. Where, like, there's an ancient, like, Methuselah aged, or an antediluvian aged vampire, and they would stand stock still when they talk to you. And the younger vampires, it would completely freak them out. It's like, are you awake? Yes, I'm awake. But you know, when we talk, like we move, especially if you're Italian, you move your hands all the time. There's an old joke. Italian guy's crossing the street, and it's wintertime, and he's got his hands in his pocket. He crosses the street, and a cop, you know, what do you call it? The cop pulls him over. He's like, hey, I saw you crossing against the traffic. You were jaywalking, and blah, blah, blah. You idiot. You stupid. And he starts, you know, throwing, you know, derivative names at him and whatnot, and the guy's just like, and he's like, get out of here. You know what I'm saying? He leaves. Some other guy comes up and he's like, hey, you weren't in the wrong. Why'd you put up with it and didn't say anything to that cop? The Italian guy goes, I got no gloves. You want me to freeze my hands off? Like, we have to use our hands. It's a stereotype, and I don't care. It's true. It's true. So, like, I don't know. It's a funny thing. But likewise, we usually use our hands. You know, we wink, we move our face, and just imagine somebody frozen like a corpse, because every time you're moving, it's just that much more blood that you're spending, and they don't want to do that. So, like, it's such a great in-depth story. The Vampire the Masquerade novels, dude, oh my god, there's a 12-issue, there's a 12, what would you call 12? You know what I'm saying? But there's 12, so there's a dozen of these novels, all in a series, each one named after one of the different 12 main vampire clans. It's absolutely amazing, guys. It's amazing. There's the Dark Ages one from back in the medieval time, and then there's the modern day one. Oh my god, some of the best books that I think you could ever read. Even if you're not that into vampires, you will be into these vampires. I fully believe that. One of these days, maybe I'll do a review on those. They're so amazing. But anyway, so, like, I don't care if they're going to make a character gay. It is something when you do, like, if you do, like Wolverine did that once, I have to go and read the story. I just never did. I understand they do that with Hercules. Whatever, guys, girls, whatever. It's all the same to him. You know, he's ancient Greek. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened back then. As far as Wolverine, that would be an interesting thing. Like, I wonder how they made that work. With Iceman, I can see that's a messed up thing, because, like, okay, here's this character who's been in existence since, what, 1963? Am I correct in that? And all of a sudden, now all of a sudden, he's gay. Like, you could, I don't know if I completely changed the character. It's not like now he's Fireman now, but you changed a major, you did a major change. Is it a major change? That's the thing. Like, is it? It's like, oh, he's attracted to somebody else now. Oh my God, oh no. Whatever. Like, if the story works, it works. I'm less interested in the writers that they're choosing to write Iceman as of late. Just the stories aren't that interesting, and it turns out that they're not made for me. Oh, true. Okay, Dick's making an interesting point. Did they turn North Star straight? It's an interesting point. It's not the same, but I know what you're saying. Precisely. And mind you, as an old school Alpha Flight fan, I remember when they were like, oh, issue number, what was it, 120, 126, something like that? We're going to, you know, North Star is coming out as gay. And I remember saying, it's like, he's always been gay. Nobody's coming out as gay. Oh! Didn't everybody know he was gay? Like, see, I remember reading the early issues of Alpha Flight where he's swimming in a pool with a guy. And I'm just saying, they were gay. I didn't get it. So, like, I was young when that came out, but it's like, you know, oh, hey, oh, he's coming out. Okay, so there's a difference between being gay and coming out as gay. Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't know that. So, I hear what you're saying. When do you think Kamala Khan will be introduced to the MCU? Go Skittle? I don't know, especially since Phase 4, they're planning on doing this stuff in space, and I don't know what Kamala Khan would be doing in space, and I don't want the first time we see Kamala Khan to be the Exiles, or the current run of Exiles version, because I don't like her character in Exiles. Sean, Bill, a co-created character Greg Pak made in issue 8 of Weapon H, who do you think it is? It's a co-created character, so that means it hasn't come out yet? How the heck will I? Well, I know what it is. I do remember you saying that you think Scar is coming out in issue number 8. That would be cool. Suzanne, I would really love to see a Miss Marvel movie. I would love to see what they're going to do with it. She's such a beloved character. What the heck? The big jump. Again, of course, with the jump. Oh, come on, you guys! Just like throwing things. Raven, Herc's always been bisexual. Has he? I never, like, caught... I don't pay attention to any of that stuff, but okay, cool. Would you like to see Shang-Chi as an MCU or Netflix movie? Def Rocker, welcome to the channel, brother. Shang-Chi, I think, would be better first appearing in the next season of Iron Fist. That's my opinion. Because if Kun Lun is gone, he's not going to have that guidance anymore. And he's going to be fighting Davos a lot in this next season, apparently. And he's a jackass. You know what I'm saying? Like, Iron Fist, Danny Rand, is a jackass. He's always been a jackass. He's always been a screw-up. And they're really showing that to a good degree right now in the Defenders and the Iron Fist. So I think that having a non-powered character like Shang-Chi, who's been anything but a screw-up, showing up and saying, dude, all that power, and you have no idea how to use it, and kind of taking him under his wing, I think would be the ultimate introduction to Shang-Chi in the universe. So, yes, that's how I want to see him. Showing up in the next next season, Season 2 of Iron Fist. That's what I want to see. Sean, so North Star got married years ago. It was the first gay wedding in a comic book. That's right. I have that comic book. Ghost Skittle, will a Arkham-style Superman game succeed? Arkham-style Superman... see, Arkham is in a city, so if that's what you mean, no. I don't think that Metropolis alone would be enough to give Superman... So that's the thing, Superman, Ghost Skittle, Superman isn't a character that you watch to watch him beat up people. You read him because you love his interaction with people. So I think that if they were going to make a Superman comic, it should be something entirely different, where, you remember Elder Scrolls Oblivion? You had that stupid, I call it stupid even though I loved it and I was really good at it. I could do it really quick when I used to play that game. The interaction wheel, if they had something to that degree, maybe it's not the wheel that they use, maybe it's something else, but if it had that where he's interacting with people, like, make it more of a social game, even if it's not a, even if it's just Arkham style, like it's one person can play, it's not a multiplayer game. Even if they did that, as long as that was a huge part of the game, then I think it would be cool. You want to, throw Darkseid at him and have actual crazy battles like that too, cool, but I always had a problem with Superman games, because, like, you're sending parademons or whatever after me, and, like, it shouldn't take more than one hit to knock one of these things out. I mean, come on, dude. Like, this is nothing. A parademon? Like, might as well just have him flying through rings. That's right. I went there. Superman's a hard character to turn to a video game, Suzanne, also, please let Disney have the X-Men and FF back. I want to see them in the MCU. Agreed. Dick, don't recall 616 being bisexual between 60s and 90s year. Sean Sadrai, Hercules 616 was confirmed to sleep with North Star. Okay, I'm going to need to see an issue for that. Dick, no hate, just going by memory. Joe Fisher, I really want to see Hulk versus Thing and Hulk versus Wolverine. Joe, that's everything in the comic books. You're 100% right. That's what all of us, I think, really want to see. We want to see those two battles. Dick, okay, this is 21st century. This is a 21st century stuff. Yeah, sorry, dude. It's not back in the 1900s. I'm old and stuck in the 60s through 90s. I hear you, dude. I'm not stuck, fortunately. I do enjoy reading the newer stuff also. Ghost Skittle. Yeah, Cumberbatch saved a woman from a mob. I just saw that before I came on. Joe, I love the Outback X-Men and still want that team back somehow, right? True fan forum. Ghost Skittle, talking to each other. Suzanne, that's some pretty wonderful lore, Bill. I will have to check out the Vampire Masquerade. Yes, Vampire the Masquerade. Amazing novels. Buddha just jumps... Okay, our sarcasm. Do you think the MCU will unleash Claw? No, we can keep that was the hammers you're talking about, right? The fear itself. I'm thinking let's just keep that stuff under wraps for now. Suzanne, what is annoying is that they don't give North Star any page space or attention because he is a really interesting character. I think he's going to show up in the what is it called? The Champions issue number 21. That would be interesting to see him there. North Star, Alpha Flight number 46. Alpha Flight 46, I'm going to keep that in mind. I don't own that issue yet, but I'm going to be hunting for that issue. That's okay. If that happened in Alpha Flight 46, that was definitely in the 90s then. Heck, that might have been in the 80s. I think it was in the 90s. No, I think that would have been in the 90s, though. Either way, whatever. That's like late 80s, early 90s. So, okay, cool. Akuma Ranger, what's going on, dude? The issue with Iceman's sexual orientation isn't exactly how it was retconned, but how it came about. Really? Because they did make young Iceman first, and then later the older Iceman. Either way. Honestly, I never even read that issue. You know what I'm saying? I never even read either of those issues where we found out that either of them were gay. So that, yeah, all of that stuff. Like, I don't read every comic book. Dick Fillmore, Def Rocker, love Shang-Chi. Hey, you got good taste, Dick. Actually, I knew you loved Shang-Chi from what you were talking about. Great idea, Professor. Wait, which idea? Which idea? I don't remember. That's why I try to write things down, because my mind's always racing. True Fan Forum. Yeah, those early issues of Alpha Flight made pretty good indications that North Star was gay. That was gutsy. It was. That's the thing about it. It was so gutsy to do back in the 80s. They did a lot of stuff in that Byrne. That was John Byrne. He did a lot of crazy stuff in the Alpha Flight comics, man. Jim Starlin should write Superman. Jim Starlin is a current free agent right now. They're not going to let him write Superman right now. They might actually still be bitter over him killing Robin. And I'm going to be meeting him pretty soon. Oh, hey, can I have a vote really quick? I think I'm going to actually put the vote up on the YouTube page. I'm thinking about doing a vote. My issue of X-Men graphic novel, Marvel graphic novel issue 1, the first print, The Death of Captain Marvel. When I get Jim Starlin, when I see Jim Starlin at the end of this month, should I have him sign the front cover? It would be to Professor Bill. Like, I don't plan on selling this. So yeah, should I have him sign this to Professor Bill on the front cover, or should it be somewhere inside, or should it be outside? Like, what should I do? It's a really good copy. It's a really good edition. What's going on? Wow, that was a big jump. Clark Kent, the game. Go Skill, nice one. Def Rocker, Hulk vs. Thing was an old issue. There's a whole bunch of old ones, yeah, but that's the thing. As long as they keep those two separated for a while in the MCU and showing how really strong the Thing is, having him, you know, the CGI really good, I think that it would be something when all of a sudden they actually meet. I think that would be something else. Just seeing that destruction, man, that would be amazing. Joe Fisher, Suzanne, I like when North Star was in the pages of X-Men and he took on Guardian and took his suit apart. Yeah, right? I think I remember that issue. I think I remember that issue where he's just flying and just like, oh, like showing how, because like he flies at light speed. That's crazy. I don't think anybody can fly as fast as him in the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? In the atmosphere, even Silver Surfer has to slow it down, which he shouldn't have to since he can phase. A lot of times he'll phase right through asteroids and things like that. Like, that's one of his power sets. But when Jean-Pierre does it, like, there's just something about it. And when Aurora used to do it before she changed her powers, when he did it, like, it was just something about him, dude. Like, he was able to fly at the speed of light, or just faster than the speed of light, and not completely destroy the atmosphere. You know what I'm saying? Like, start changing climate and weather conditions because of how fast he's moving. binging Alpha Flight at the moment. Raven, yeah, I actually noticed that because it's funny that you said I'm reading Alpha Flight right now. It's like, oh, okay, wow. So I actually saw that over in the Nerdarchy pages. Who should I do next in Nerdarchy? Who should I D&D-ize next in Nerdarchy? They moved me to Thursdays. I didn't think I was going to like that, but I actually do like it. I like being on Thursdays instead. Segment's coming up. As soon as I finish this small stack I got. P.A. Stewart, would you like to see a Spider-Woman movie? I want to see everybody in a movie. I want to see Machine Man in a movie. Darn it. Yes, I want to see Spider-Woman. But that wouldn't be for another 15 years at the earliest. Not necessarily. That's not necessarily true. Oh, the problem is, here's the thing when you say, would I like to see Spider-Woman in a movie? I believe that her property is owned by Sony. So in that case, no, I don't want to see any Spider character in a movie until that property goes back to Marvel, because Sony never does a good job. Dude, I'm sorry, I don't think that Venom is going to be a good movie. I could be wrong. I could be this could wind up being better than any MCU movie, or somewhere in between those two extremes. But I just don't think it's going to be a good movie. I think people are going to see that and be like, dude, please don't watch this movie. Don't give them any more of your money. You know, like that's the way I'm looking at it. Sean Sadrai, you should read Green Lantern, the one with Jessica and Simon. Yeah, the regular Green Lantern comic. I probably should. Oh, sweet. I never actually read that issue, Suzanne says. Tell me... Stop jumping. Tell me which one it is, Joe, so I can find that one. Sean, people who read early issues of Multiple Man said if you love Peter David's X Factor, you will like Multi-Man Mini. Okay, awesome. That is good, because I do like Peter David. I do like Peter David's X Factor. Dick Fulmer looks happy. Will we see Pimp the Troll? I'm hoping we don't see Pip the Troll. It's just Pip. I think you were making fun of Pip the Troll, which, that's fine. Travis, what's going on, dude? Dude, what the F is up with Dakin? Why is Laura so much more popular? I know. Right? Joe Fisher, Suzanne, give me a second. I have to look for it. Legion is coming back for season 3. I just saw that, Ghost Skittle. Once this season's done, I'm going to watch all of those in a row. True Fan Forum, to answer your question, oh, heck yeah, get Starlin to sign the cover, and then just bask in the nerdy envy, right? I hope they still have Jamie with Layla together. Jamie and Layla. I don't know which comic book you're talking about, Suzanne. Ghost Skittle, is Spider-Man red on blue or blue on red? Chris Rock, I'm a zebra. Am I black with white stripes or white with black stripes? True Fan Forum, Def Rocker, it's Pip the Troll, but Pimp the Troll says go. See, you completely agree with me, True Fan. Let's get Man-Thing in the MCU. Yeah, agree, Sean. Red Black Cane, what's going on, dude? My phone is not working well. We'll wait for you. Everybody wait for Red Black Cane. Okay, moment of silence over. Moment of silence for your phone. Dick Fillmore, Man-Thing already referenced in Agents of S.h.i.e.l.D. That's right, and Ragnarok. Oh, he was referenced in Ragnarok? Get out. Talking to each other. If MCU gets Galactus, do you think that his costume would be changed? Let's just say I hope he doesn't have the belt with the big G on the front. That's all I'm asking for. I don't want to see the G on his chest or anything. Like, the days of having letters to represent your name on the front, like your first initial, is just, I'm done. I'm done. Anyway, Def Rocker, if MCU gets Galactus, do you think that his costume... Oh, I just read that. Raven, couldn't get into this season of Legion. We'll give it another try later. Yeah, I just want to watch them all in a row. Travis, talking to Suzanne. Ghost Skittle, I won some awesome Infinity War props. I got... Oh, you got Hulkbuster, Thanos, Iron Man, Hulkbuster, Thanos, Captain America, Spider-Man, Thor, Proxima Midnight, Corvus Glaive, Ebony Maw, and Groot. Get out of town. What do you mean you got the... Oh, the pops! I thought you were saying props from the movie. Okay, you got the pops. Oh, awesome, dude. Go to the Facebook page and post them, man. No space gas Galactus. Yeah, oh yeah, no big purple fart cloud, please. Man-Thing's face carved on Grandmaster... I didn't notice his face on there, Dick. Shoot, I gotta go back and look at that. True fan. Jamie Madrox, the Multiple Man, and Layla Miller were part of some sort of couple in... Oh, okay. Okay, cool. All right, let's try and finish this up here. Amazing Spider-Man 309 with with a pretty messed up cover, but the first appearance of Sticks and Stone. Let me pull this back up so I can actually see. Yeah, see, you weren't able to see that. First appearance of Sticks and Stone. I bet you Dick Fillmore remembers that very well. X Factor 15. This is right as we start to see Angel is about to get the Archangel treatment for the first time. Oh, here it is. Didn't have this one. Issue number 6, Kitty Pryde Wolverine. Only need one more to complete my collection of all 6. This was the first one that I saw for only $5. Meanwhile, this comic sells for so much more. Issue 50, Top Secret of Codename Wolverine, with the cover where those claws, they actually show you what's underneath in the next page. Like, that was a wild comic. I bought it. A whole bunch of people bought it. It was crazy, dude. Says a whole lot about his origin in there. Here we go. 10 Nights of the Beast. Here is the second appearance of KGB Beast, which I will be doing a spotlight on story for and a 10 Things Explained in a Minute about next Saturday. KGB Beast. KG Beast. Blah. Only one B in that one. Here it is. The very controversial issue 237 of Uncanny X-Men. This was a very controversial issue where something bad is about to happen to Rogue, and Carol Danvers has to take over. And there's a big argument. Yeah, it happened. No, it didn't happen. Yeah, it happened. No, it didn't happen. There's an argument to be made on both sides, so there's that. Tell me I did not just buy this twice. I just bought this one twice. It was at the beginning of the pile, and now it's at the end of the pile. Okay, I'll keep that to the side, and that will be a gift to somebody who's fairly local when I get to 10,000 subs. And here it is. This completes my Kitty Pryde Wolverine, issue number 1. I had issue number 2 through 5. Now I've got 6 and 1. So I've got all 6 issues. Kitty Pryde Wolverine. Had them before. Got it again. I loved this series. This is where Kitty Pryde eventually becomes Shadowcat. Here is... I got 2 issues left to show you. Here's issue number 2 in a 4-issue limited series of X-Men and the Micronauts. I got to get the other 3 issues. And then the last one I got, this one's a good one, issue number 608 of Detective Comics, The First Appearance of Anarchy. And look at that price, only $2.99. Morons! In Gotham Central, I think I found this for like $12, and it was really cheap. Maybe it was 20. I think, you know what, I found it for 20. Victor, if he jumps back on later, we'll see. I was at that comic book store with Victor, and we saw it for that price, and I was looking, and he was like, oh, wow, that's cool, and somebody walked up with a ladder and said, yeah, can I have that one? And they pulled it down and gave it to him, so he just bought it right in front of Victor. He's like, are you kidding me right now? So that was messed up. That was great. Okay, Suzanne, Travis, read Death of Wolverine 5 out of 7. My favorite portrayals of Dakin. Travis, loved Man of Steel 2. What the F is going to happen in issue 2? I know, right? Thank God it's a weekly book. Yeah, agreed. All 5 or 6 of those issues. I think it's supposed to be a 5-issue miniseries. My youngest son is crying, but my wife is here, so she'll figure it out. Dude busted up his head. He already got a scar right up here on his head. Fell and landed the exact same place. Busted his head open again. Had to bandage it up. And then he's playing with my cat. With the little string, and she's playing, and she scratched his wrist. So the kid's got 2 bandages on. My wife comes home. She was out at work. She had just half a day today. She comes home, and he's got these bandages all over, and she looks at me like, what happened? I'm like, psh, you weren't here. Relax. He's in one piece-ish. What? Joe Fisher, what is that, your phone number? Dick Fillmore, McFarlane, my favorite Spider-Man run, best version of all time. That's hard to deny. That was just Spider-Man, right? That wasn't amazing. That wasn't spectacular. That wasn't Web of. That was just Spider-Man. They had issue 8 at the thrift store that I was at today, and I was thinking to grab it, but I'm just like, dude, I got way too many comics, so didn't get it. Thanks, you will do. Joe Fisher, S.U. What the heck is that? Shut up. Something was wrong with my keyboard. Sorry, looking it up now. Okay, gotcha. Suzanne's like, Joe, you okay? Jealous of your collection, Bill? It's all good. One of these days, I got to do it fairly soon. If my wife takes the kids out tomorrow someplace, which I'm sure I could convince her to do that, maybe I'll sit down on the floor and I'll just start, like, actually looking through all my comic books. I want to label all of my stuff. I want to actually label, what happens in this comic book that I own. This is the first appearance of, or this is when this happens, or whatever, just so it's a really quick reference for me, you know what I'm saying? And then I'll actually start putting them in order, and then I'll actually make a video, probably be like a 6-hour video, probably not, whatever, we'll see. I'll actually make a video where I show my current comic collection, so yeah, you know what? Maybe I can just do that like once a year. Do something like that. Red Black Cane, these phones these days, I want to slap whoever made them so cheaply. Yeah, I know what you mean, dude. I know what you mean. I kind of miss the old Nokia sometimes. the flip phones. Power to the people. I read some Optimus Prime issues this week and enjoyed them. Really? Okay, okay. All that stuff is going to be rebooted, apparently. And I'm kind of glad, because there are so many Transformers comic books at IDW right now, and those freaking guys, man, they tie them in with each other so perfectly that legit, if you don't read all of the comic books, then you're going to miss something. If you're reading Lost Light, you have to read Optimus Prime. You have to read the main title. You have to read whatever the heck is going on with the Wreckers this week. You know what I'm saying? You have to read all of the and then they're trying to tie it in even more. It's like, oh, you got to read Rom the Space Knight too. Oh, we've got an event going on. You got to read all these crossovers. You got to read Action Man. Once they pulled up Action Man, I was like, you know what? I'm done with IDW. I need to just take a step back. I'm not reading any more of that IDW Hasbro verse anymore. I'm done. I can't afford it. You know what I'm saying? So I read the Dungeons and Dragons. I'll read a couple things like that, but I can't go in there for like $50 a month just on IDW, so I know what's going on in the Transformers verse. Nuh-uh. You need to reboot that stuff, dude. I'm planning on making a Spotlight on Story for the first 4 issues of the Transformers, but then I also want to do like the next 6 issues of the Transformers after that, because I loved them, and I'm talking about the Marvel Transformers. Those were the best damn stories you're ever going to find with the robots in disguise, man. Like those issues, Bud Budinsky and Jim Shooter, you know, doing all that stuff. Oh my God, the absolute hands down best. I like the Transformers cartoon. It was cool. You know what I'm saying? I like the Transformers the movie. It was cool. I like the actual figures. They were cool and expensive, and they broke. Twice I brought that one scavenger, whatever the one Transformer, the Constructicon with the excavator backhoe, that one. I forget what he was called. Scrapper was it. So yeah, I think this one was I just lost his name. Who cares? I broke him twice. That stupid little teeny tiny plastic piece twice broke on me. I'm like, dude, if I go and tell my father that I broke this again, he's going to punch me. I'm not going to be hit. I'm not going to be slapped. I'm not going to be sent to my freaking room. He's going to punch me dead on my face. Just boom! Like, dude, seriously. Like, I can't. Oh, my God. So, anyway, and I was too immature to understand what Crazy Glue was. And it probably still would have worked, because that's a really thin piece, dude. Like, bends and everything, and it discolors it, and Anyway, Transformers ticked me off, the toys, when I was a kid. But the comic books never failed me. They were the greatest comic books. That's the first series I ever bought. All 80 issues. I bought them all. Every month I would go and be like, oh, hi, how you doing? Bloop. They were the best issues ever. The best. I loved that stuff. Akuba just picked up the first 3 issues of Nomad. Get the heck out! Nice! Waiting for the crossover issue of Daredevil 307 before going on to 4. Nice one. Dude! Writing it down, brother. I'm writing it down. Where's my pen? There it is. Nomad Spotlight. That's got to happen one of these days. That needs to happen. Nice one, Akuma. I'm going to call that a request. Def Rocker, did you hear about J.J. Abrams? And the whole thing just jumped up. Thanks. Great. Where the frig is it? Travis, tell your wife your kid is Wolverine. It's all good. What? Okay, I have to see that in context. What the frick? Okay, Def Rocker, did you hear about J.J. Abrams wanted to do a Micronauts? If he does it, it's going to have to be through, through Hasbro directly. And then, of course, IDW is going to be doing a movie version of it in the comic books. Dick Fillmore, kids. True Fan Forum, I have the complete X-Men Micronauts mini. Nice. I had it when I was younger. Lost all of it in 2011. It was sold complete at the shop I frequent. It's a cool story. It is a cool story. I did like it. I liked a lot of the crossovers they did afterwards. Those were fun. So, yeah, I don't know what you mean, Travis. Oh, that he heals. I understand what you're saying. I got the context now because I remember I talked about. Okay, cool. Sean Sadrai segment. Okay. You know what? Let me actually, I have it ready. Travis, do that. I'd probably watch it. Okay, nice. Yeah, that's gonna happen. Dick Fillmore, no, best Venom of all time, and McFarlane, Amazing Spider-Man was your favorite run. Oh, okay. You like Amazing Spider-Man? It does have more history. Raven, took me a day and all my floor space to sort through my collection. I know what you mean. Transformers are doo-doo. Go Skittle! You and me are going to have to have a conversation, man. P.A. Stewart, I have my comic and LP collections all listed in spreadsheets. Yes, I want to make a spreadsheet on here so that when I'm out, because when I was younger, I used to try and memorize all the covers and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? I'd be like, oh, okay, got the boop, 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 boop. You know, or I just, flip through. And then I realized that my memory isn't quite as perfect as I thought it was. Pretty good, but not as perfect as I thought it was when I bought my very first repeat cover. And it's like, crap. And it was like the biggest letdown for me because I was a kid and money wasn't easy to come by. You know what I'm saying? Going to school, working a part-time job at a restaurant wasn't cool. It wasn't easy. And they didn't have the same laws. I was just thinking earlier today, I was working in a restaurant. The store closes at 10. The restaurant closes at 10. Somebody comes in at 10 and they're like, oh yeah, sure guys, come on in. And I was like, what? Like, Bill, go serve them. And I was mad. I didn't put down like what do you call it, a placemat. You know what I'm saying? I didn't give them utensils. I didn't give them anything. I just walked over. It's like, here's your menus. And like, they didn't have maybe they had the child labor laws. I wouldn't know, but they certainly weren't enforced. Because like, it's 10 o'clock at night. I got school the next day, and they're just like, whatever, go serve the guy. Dude, I want to go home. I seriously want to go home. It's like, I'm not even planning on getting a tip from these people. I just want them to eat, get something to go, and then get the heck out. Like, the store's closed, man. Like, dude. So, yeah, money was hard to come by, man. So, when I bought that repeat copy, I was out. Travis, Infidel, sick. Infidel is a really awesome comic book, and it's going to be a movie. It's got the movie treatment. Ooh, loving it. That is awesome for a young comic like that to just, boom, I love that. That's amazing. Power to the People. Yes, the old Marvel Transformer comic book was good. Power to the People knows what we're talking about. Excuse me. Dick Fillmore. Jazz and Transformers cartoon was awesome, voiced by legendary Scat Struthers. I guess I knew that. I don't even know who Scat Struthers is, but I did hear that he was somebody famous. That is awesome. That is awesome. Suzanne, I've been buying mainly digital myself lately. Yeah, I did that for a while, especially when I was over in the Middle East. However, my closet is just boxes of comics and the drawers in my bed. You got drawers in your bed? I always wanted drawers in my bed. I always wanted one of those. Yep, I'm a nerd. Brandishes her cape. Nice. Scatman in The Shining. Okay, this is one of those moments when Dick is legit gonna like slap me in my mouth. I remember seeing The Shining when I was younger, and I wasn't particularly impressed with it. Like, there were some cool moments, like, I'm scared to even say this stuff right now. Anyway, yeah, so I never really saw it again. So I don't remember everything that happened in The Shining. I'm anticipating, you know what I'm saying, the strike. Better be a red cape, Sue. It is, but I'd bedazzled it. Even better. Def Rocker, how many comics do you have? My friend has about 4,000. I had way more than 4,000. I had way more than 4,000. Now I probably need a 5th short box. So I don't have that many. But the ones I do have count. Dick, Micronauts, Transformers, G.I. Joe, ROM, and Power Rangers are going to be the next cinematic universe, no joke. I believe you, except that Power Rangers will have to be its own cinematic universe because they... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind. No, you're 100% right because IDW just got the license from Boom Studio for the Power Rangers. You're right. You're right. Travis, yes, he heals. Oh, you got... Okay, yeah. Go Skittle. What is the franchise when you're in a geek talk somebody brings up and you have no idea anything about? For me, it's Transformers, Harry Potter, and anime. Yeah, I have a problem with anime. You can talk for hours about Marvel and DC. Yeah, agreed. Yeah, anime is one of those things where it's like, I've watched some of the older stuff, but like anime was something else, man. Like anime, they would have like rape scenes in it. And even as a kid, I'm just like, this isn't right. I don't think I could watch this. You know what I'm saying? And I used to watch them and just like make excuses for them at first. And it's just like, nope. Japanese people are some sick people. Or whoever is writing this stuff, like these people are sick. You know what I'm saying? And then you find out that they would sell like children's used panties in vending machines back in the day. And they only made that illegal like maybe 6 years ago. Within the past decade, you could go to a vending machine in Japan and buy used children's panties in a vending machine. It's like, dude, I don't even want to imagine. Like, is it rolled up in one of those eggs? You'd use like the little like machine you put in the cord and you turn it, and then like the egg and the toy inside it, or the tattoo you lick it and put it on. Like, what the frick? What the frick? I'm not even going to give the excuse of, oh, it's just a cultural thing. F that. That's a messed up culture. That's a messed up culture. Psh, PC? Me? No. That's a messed up culture. All right? Done and done. In the interim, and I love for the most part the majority of Japanese culture, but that particular aspect of culture, wrong. So, yeah. Are we going to talk about the Spawn casting? Yeah, with Jamie Foxx. Yeah, if there are other people, I don't know who all's in it. I just heard Jamie Foxx. But yeah, by all means, bring it up. I'm reading the chat, dude. Def Rocker, the Micronauts were the shit toys. I had some of them. I never owned any of them. I didn't even know that they were toys. I honestly did not even know they were toys until I just recently saw the Transformers, the season 2 of The Toys That Made Us. And I was like, they made Micronauts toys? What? So that was interesting. Sean, do the segment. I want to go eat my meatloaf. Ah, meatloaf, dude! No, I'm saving you, brother. I'm saving you. I got my phone in my hand. I just got to actually do it. Akuma Ranger. Hey, Professor Bill. Question. Where should the line be drawn with comics integrating their live-action inspirations, i.e. characters, costumes, or origins? I don't know that there should be a line. Honestly, I think make it as close to the comics as possible. I mean, seriously, dude, I've mentioned it before. There is no better medium, no easier medium to transfer to movies than comic books. Everybody's doing novels, but novels you have to write a screenplay for. You don't have to make a screenplay for a comic book. It's already in screenplay format. You got the word bubbles going to the people. You could tell right away visually which ones are the narration boxes. You know what I'm saying? How should the scene be played out? Because the thumbnails in the form of really awesomely drawn art, you know what I'm saying, is right there for you. It's the perfect medium to translate into comic books. So when somebody does a bad comic book movie, you can't help but say that they're absolutely idiotic, because how do you screw that up? It's because you say, oh, we're going to do this comic book? Okay, let me get a quick idea of what these guys are like, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. And they throw the comic book behind them, and they go and do a standard movie by making a screenplay. You don't get it. And that's why you don't get my money. He was also in the movie Zapped. Who was? Oh, Jamie Foxx? I don't know. No slap. Plot twist. Nice one, Dick. That was good. Def Rocker. I did not like the first 3 Transformers. Oh, what, the movies? Because they had too much sex insinuation? Yeah, not like the 80s cartoon. Yeah, it's just like the racial stereotype. Like those 2 guys in the second one were like, they were funny until someone put, like, that's one of those things that's just so dumb. Like those 2 guys in the first one, like in the second movie where they had Devastator, I was like, I was more insulted by the Devastator thing than those 2 guys. But then all of a sudden somebody pointed out, I was like, those are the 2 most racist characters I've ever seen in movies. And I said, they're looking at us like, I don't think they're the most racist, but yeah, they are racist. Holy crap, I didn't even think about that. Like, you know, like when you think about it afterwards, yeah, what the heck? Suzanne to PA, back and forth. I see your cape and raise you a tiara. Suzanne, I think they should be separated myself, Akuma, even though this is a bill question. Anybody can jump in. Shoot. This is a university, dude. Everybody talks. Go Skittle. Anime is terrible. What do heck? Panties. I know. And a scepter, Sailor Moon style. Oh my god. These guys are going bad. Go Skittle. Kinder eggs. Oh, they're going to be Kinder eggs. Okay, the little... Wow, you know, I never saw Kinder eggs until I went to Saudi Arabia. Then I said, all the kids that I was teaching 3rd grade when I first got to Saudi. And they're all like, Kinder, Kinder, Kinder. I was like, what the heck is Kinder? And my wife, she had the Kinder eggs because she was in Canada. I grew up, I never knew what the heck Nutella or Kinder were. I never had any clue as to what these things were. And all of a sudden I get over there and it's like Nutella, Kinder, Kinder, Nutella. And I get back over here in Canada and it's like Kinder, Nutella, la la la. And I hear that they have a riot in a bunch of French supermarkets because this one place put up a whole bunch of Nutella for like really cheap. I'm like, yeah, I don't get it. I don't get it. So yeah, I don't. Fortunately, that's not something that I am actually addicted to. I do have a sugar problem right now. I was watching the Joe Rogan podcast, and Kevin Smith was just talking about, yeah, I was talking to Jason Mewes, you got to get off this cocaine, man. You got to get off this cocaine. Meanwhile, I had my sugar addiction. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh crap, I right now have a sugar addiction. Like it comes and it goes. I'll go for a while with like no sugar. You know what I'm saying? And all of a sudden it's like I'll have something. It's like, no. And it's usually Reese's peanut butter cups that do it for me. I see the stupid, you know, the bright orange with the yellow words, and I'm just like, ooh, I could just have one, right? Nope, I'm an addict. So I jump right into it. Yeah, and it gets really bad. Less panties, more comics. Okay, sorry, Travis. I'll do my best. Dick Fillmore, Ninja Scroll, best anime of all times, worth a buy on Blu-ray. It is good, but I forgot that there was a rape scene in that also, and I sat down to try and watch that with my wife the one time on Netflix, and we're watching it, and you know, it's like, you know, she's like, oh, that's a lot of blood. Oh, that's really freaky. Oh, nudity. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, okay. And all of a sudden, she's like, that guy is raping her. I was like, you know what? You're right. He is. Okay, you know what? I'm turning this crap off. No, seriously. Like, my wife has never watched anime before. And that's the first one. I guess I should have tried with Akira first. But they were about to rape that Tetsuo's girlfriend. You know what I'm saying? Just got stopped at the last minute. And it's like, oh my God. Like, dude! I know we're older now, but dude, like, when you go back and watch that stuff now, most of stuff on there. I'm just saying. Like, I don't think I would want my kids watching that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So, Red Black Cane. I wish we sent a third. Don't know what that means. Def Rocker. Revenge of the Overfiend. Oh my God. Anime, sex, and the tentacles. That was the first tentacle movie that I saw. I think that's when I finally stopped watching anime. And people are like, Bill, did you see this one anime thing called... And I just stopped listening because all of a sudden, like, the Overfiend stuff came into my mind. And it's like, oh my god. Yeah, I still remember that one. That was, like, the worst thing I've ever watched. I'm just like, this is the most abhorrent thing I could possibly imagine seeing. Like, this is the worst. This is... Oh, my god. Anyway. Seriously, like that stuff. How does that stuff make it through in the States? How do we get that stuff in the States? You couldn't make a movie like that. Go ahead and try and make a movie like that. Watch what happens. Anyway, the 80s were something else, right? The late 80s, they were something. A lot of stuff snuck through us. I'm just saying, RoboCop. That's the first movie I ever watched, and I finished watching, and I thought to myself that I did something wrong. Like when I saw Ed 209 shoot that one dude into putty, I'm just like, I was 12, man. I was 12. I was not ready for that crap. And then all of a sudden, like Murphy, you know, the whole scene. So I got a problem. I don't like cops, and they don't like me. Boom! Oh my god! Then they shot him to death, and then the toxic. I'm just like, oh my god! I was so traumatized by that movie. And there's a whole bunch of us who are just sitting there afterwards, and we're looking at each other, and the one guy's like, that was cool, right? I was like, shut up, you're evil, shut up, you devil, you're a devil man. Like, we're just like, oh my god. That movie was traumatic, man. Just split up friends and everything. Talking to each other. Dude, I'm hungry. Oh my god. Sean is evil. Dude, off topic. Back to the Future or Revenge of the Nerds. That's a hard one. Revenge of the Nerds. But only the first one. I didn't really like the second one, Nerds in Paradise. I didn't even watch it all the way through, and I never bothered trying to watch the other ones. But all three of the Back to the Futures, I could watch that. Ghost Skittle. You're an impatient man, right? Def Rocker, I'd like to see Akira, an old anime. Yeah, Akira was just... I really did love that. That was the first anime I ever watched. Joe Fisher, Scatman was the zapped at the school's janitor. Oh, I didn't know that. I did not know that. I'm hungry, man. What I don't like is when the movie is really popular and they just start having to backtrack the hero's progression in the comics, right? Because they feel as if they can't sell the comic without it being exactly like the movie. Oh, good point. Yeah, the Transformers the movie comic book was like that. I didn't need to see that. It was a 3-issue limited series, and it was exactly like the movie. I had a Kinder Egg a couple weeks ago. Ghost Skittle says they are pretty kick-ass. They weren't in the U.S. until a few years ago. They were illegal. Oh, because the candy... Okay, so that makes more sense. And I haven't been in the U.S. since 2011. Well, I can't say that. I visited since 2011. I haven't really been back there too often. I'd be there for like a summer or two. I think I spent like 3 summers total since 2011. I get a Kinder Egg once a fortnight, every 2 weeks. Yeah, I know, the fortnight. 7 years ago, Raven. Def Rock, yes, as an African-American male, I thought that those 2 robots were terrible in Transformers. Shake my head. Gotcha. Fortnite. Studio Rilby is quite safe. Hey, Levi Butler. Welcome. Ghost Skittle. It infects the children. Bill Weebus galore at my at my school. Like that, huh? Part of the people, do you remember the old Spartacus cartoon that came on HBO? No, I did not watch that cartoon. Def Rocker, Ninja Scroll was dope. It was fun, but yeah, like, my wife couldn't get past the rape scene. 80s, and I can't blame her, you know? Travis, 80s were effing awesome. Jubai Kimagabi is one... Take it over. Satan. Ah, the devil! Stop the devil! Stop the devil, Adam. Oh, man. There was the stomp scene and I'm going to get you, sucker. They were like all stomping the one dude. No, that was Don't Be a Menace to South Central While Getting Your Juice in the Hood. There was that one stomping scene. They stole the one dude's baby nipple and just started jumping on him, stomping on him. Or stole his chain, something like that. Def Rocker, the reason why Nippon has so many destructions because we destroyed it with the A-bomb. 2 A-bombs, to be specific. Bill, I wouldn't keep you from food. Okay. Poet near the castle, what's up? The new Kinder Egg is half ones. Half chocolate cream, and the other is the toy. Oh, okay, so that's how they do it. Oh, yeah, Dick Forward. Rape scene in Ninja Scroll was vital, though. Showed her poison powers and made their kiss at the end beautiful. Yeah, I hear you. Okay, so here we go. Okay, so we've got... This is a gorgeous scene for the wedding... Crap, let me pull this back up. This is an absolute gorgeous scene. I would say yes to that dress. I'm just saying. I'm not even a girl. I would totally wear that dress. I'm joking, of course, but only but so much. Oh, I love that he's holding the whip also. That's really cool. This is definitely a s.h.i.e.l.d. cover if ever I'd seen one. That is awesome. That is awesome. There was the one Deadpool comic where Deadpool stole Cable's gun. I loved that. Get out of town. West Coast Avengers preview. A preview page. Are you kidding me? They're riding on Sharkticons. I don't care what anybody says. Those are Sharkticons. Excuse me. That is awesome, dude. Wow. Deadpool issue number 303 variant. Oh, we're showing the variant covers for the Fantastic Four. That's cool. It's going to be a whole bunch of the variant covers. And, of course, I love that Medusa's there. Plastic Man variant with... This is kind of cool. Gail Simone's going to be writing Plastic Man very soon. I think that she's going to do a great job because everything that everybody's complaining about, the people who are complaining about her Domino series, I think that they're going to love it when she's writing that stuff in the Plastic Man series. So, yeah, I think that's going to be good. What the heck is this I'm looking at? Cosmic Ghost Rider preview art. Oh, shoot! He's actually good. Oh, we might see. He's actually putting on his helmet. He's not taking it off. Okay, Cosmic Ghost Rider. Yeah, I wouldn't mind seeing what Frank Castle looks like all those years in the future. the Scotty Young baby variants for. Oh, I wonder if I could just slide through. So yeah, the Scotty Young variant covers for the new Fantastic Four comics. Awesome. Nice. Okay, so what's this one here? This is... Hey, I just brushed those teeth. Is this Devil Dinosaur, or is this... Okay, Dazzler variant, Moon Girl, next week, with her fighting Deadpool. Also, Swarm will be in the issue. Okay, awesome. So, Deadpool, Moon Girl, Dazzler's going to be in here. Awesome. Definitely looking forward to it. What is this? Arthur Adams 4 Avengers variant. Oh, that actually looks like, that looks like, oh, that's She-Hulk. If that's Avengers, that's She-Hulk. I thought it was going to be, what's his name, Scar. Okay, Captain America issue number 1, variant cover. Yeah, these all these covers for the latest Captain America story by Ta-Nehisi Coates, the art all looks great. I hope that it looks this good inside. Okay, there's the comic in color. 16 years later, and we're still... This made me feel old. Oh, SpongeBob SquarePants thing. Snowbird confirmed. What? Oh, here it is. And lay with him. Now come, I know there are others in the crowd who should join us. Don't be shy. Namor is looking at Pierre. Is that the time? Gotta go. Okay, so Snowbird is confirming that North Star and Hercules slept with each other. And Namor is right there like, wait, what? and North Star is all like, ah! That's funny. Here's something that's interesting that I wouldn't mind discussing really quickly. The idea that, what's his face? Not just any one individual. When someone rewrites a story, look, when Jim Starlin wrote the original KG Beast story for Batman, he wrote it where at the end, Batman killed KG Beast by leaving him locked up in that room. 20 issues or so later, somebody else comes along and says, oh, it looks like he escaped. Oh, ain't that something? You know what I'm saying? And it's like, okay, but it was originally wrote that he killed him. So, when somebody else comes along and changes things, like, everybody complains about that cover of Mockingbird issue number 8 for the latest series that had come out 2 years ago or so, with that Chelsea Kane wrote, and it says on the front, "Ask me about my feminist agenda." Everybody freaked out over that cover. I could care less about the cover. I have no problems with feminism, none. You know what I'm saying? You want the same rights as men? Cool. That's the bulk of what feminism is. I don't have any problem with that. What's the problem with that? Honestly, the problem that I had was what was inside the comic book, where the coolest Mockingbird story ever was completely undone because Chelsea had this weird idea that I don't want her to have been mind-controlled and raped. I want to say that she actually did what she did because that's what she wanted to do. It's like, okay, but then that means that you made her a murderer. Instead of letting this guy who'd raped her die, she's now letting a person who she cheated with die because she didn't want Hawkeye to find out about it. Do you see how that changes the character for the worse? So, but that's technically canonical now because she changed it. And we have to wait to see if somebody else can come along and change it back again. So that's one of the funny things about comics. There's so many people writing these stories, that it's like, if something happens with Drizzt Do'Urden, because R.A. Salvatore is the only person who's really writing Drizzt Do'Urden stories. If R.A. Salvatore decides to do something like, let's say, he makes him gay. He makes Drizzt gay. He's going to sleep with Wolfgar. Oh, imagine that. Saying now there's a love triangle between those two and Caddy Bree. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. That's R.A. Salvatore doing it. He made the characters. He can do whatever he wants with characters. He can kill the characters if he wants. Who cares? Ghost Skill, did you say I talk too much? What? That's what I do! Okay, fine. I'll shut up and you talk. What? Okay, I gotta read all this crazy stuff. This is nuts. Anyway, what happened? If R.A. Salvatore decides to do that, Bob Salvatore decides to do that, those are his characters. Those are his stories. Let him. That's what he's going to do. He chose to do that. But when someone else comes along and takes these characters, typically made, for the most part, by Stan Lee and Jack Kirby, but made by others also at times, they come along and it's like, what? You know what I'm saying? It's like you literally just change. These guys had this in mind. You're keeping a certain flow going, and now you're just kind of like, screw you. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to change everything. And when you make a little change, like the Superior Spider-Man thing, that can be retconned easily, and it was. But when you make a change like, I guess I have to say, like, I'm trying to think of, something else. You make a change like, oh, you're going to make somebody gay. It's like, you can't really undo that. You know what I'm saying? So, like, I understand that conversation. I do. It's just one of those weird kinds of things. You know what I'm saying? A Discord channel. You know what? Does Discord cost any money? Because if it doesn't, I will make or if it doesn't cost that much, I'll make a Discord channel. You know what I'm saying? For you guys. I'll throw it up on the Facebook page and keep on linking it. You know what I'm saying? So that you guys can all just talk and go crazy. Because, yeah. What the heck is going on here? Are you guys fighting? I tend to ignore retcons these days. Yeah, I hear you. It's got to be one of those things where you have to have more headcanon than anything else. You know what I'm saying? Because the stories will be written in a way where you just don't like it anymore, or just... I hear you. And nobody's wrong by saying that. Nobody's wrong by saying that they're bothered by the way that these things are done. Suzanne, the dress is amazing, right? Whoever's drew that, I have to go and see who actually drew that, because that really is a beautiful dress. Catwoman's dress. Jason O'Neill, 80s was the best. Surprised there hasn't been a Voltron movie yet, or Bionic 6. I never got into the Bionic 6. I always wonder, like, are they just going to do a Centurions movie, or Silverhawk? Silverhawk could be fun. Especially if they're going to keep that theme song. To me, that was the best part of it. I liked Brave Star also. Eyes of the Wolf and all that stuff. Like Eyes of the Eagle, I think it was. Ears of the Wolf. Anyway, I loved Brave Star. He was, and I need a talking horse with Betsy. You know what I'm saying? The gun. That big shotgun that he had. Aggressively relaxing. What's going on, man? I'm glad some other company got into sky sharks besides Roxxon. Those were land sharks. They were running. I don't know if those are flying or not. That's funny. Go Skittle. Hear me and rejoice. You have the privilege of being saved by the great Titan. You may think this is suffering. No, it is salvation. Nice one, dude. Ebony Maw, right? Sean, I accidentally said Dazzler would be in it. Oh, she's not in the thing that you sent me. Okay. Ghost, Skittle, the universal scales tip towards balance because of your sacrifice. Smile, for even in death, you have become children of Thanos. That really was a good scene. I actually went back and watched that movie again. It was instead of watching Deadpool 2. I know, I'm going to get judged, but it is what it is. I loved that movie. It was amazing. P.A. Stewart, Tim Tams, the only thing from Australia that won't kill you. What the heck is a Tim Tam? Hello, yummy. Oh, wow, it's a food? I'll check it out. Dick Fillmore, Infinity War in IMAX 3D was it was. I didn't watch it in IMAX 3D. I watched it in the regular, like the D-Box stuff. Go Skittle, I know what it's like to lose, to feel so desperately. Wow, you guys are seriously quoting this stuff, man. Wow, you guys are good. Sean Sedry, it was okay when Peter David changed Lockjaw back to a dog when John Byrne tried to say he was a human, turned to a dog. I think Byrne did try to indicate that, and they switched it back. Yeah, that's one of those things that you can change fairly, like when you indicate or insinuate something, yeah. But when you actually like do a full retcon, yeah, that's a bit much. Go Skill, I ask you to what end? I love this, man. Or should I say, I am. You got to get the Josh Brolin voice for that. Oh, that was Thor you were quoting. You talk too much. Oh, wow. Jeez. You're not playing around. You're like literally doing the entire script. I'm putting the script of Infinity War, Bill. Not you, it's Thor to Thanos. Yes. Gotcha. It's awesome. Joe Fisher, Professor Bill, some people don't like Deadly Genesis story where it changed X-Men Giant 94 on Living Island. Okay, Deadly Genesis. I'm going to have to go back and see what Deadly Genesis did. So Krakoa wasn't a living island anymore? Because we've had Krakoa in the comic book since, and it was pretty living island-ish. I'll have to see what you're talking about. And I forgot I loved Marvel's Transformers 1 through 80. Think of how many comics was in the North America run. Oh, yeah, dude. And plus, issue number 80 was just beautiful. Because at the top it said, issue number 80 in a 4-issue limited series. And, like, I'm not going to lie, for the Transformers, for all that they had to do, by them, like, that was the time when they were just throwing toys at us. You know what I'm saying? With a price tag, of course. But, like, Badinsky, when he introduced Blaster into the comic books, and Straxus, I think the guy's name was, the main bad guy from Cybertron, he had only 2 issues of that, and he had to end the story quickly because they're like, okay, we got a whole bunch of new Transformers, you got to make backgrounds for them also, and blah, 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 blah. Like, Badinsky made the Transformers. F. Taka, F. Hasbro, F. all of them. They made the Transformers change from this into that, and that was very interesting. But the actual stories came from Jim Shooter and Bud Badinsky. You know what I'm saying? 100%. I would love to get those two together and just have a conversation with them just about what they, what they went through to get these stories, especially Badinsky. I would love to just be like, dude, this is the Transformers podcast. Just talk to me about what you know, what you remember, what you wanted to do, and everything. Because, oh my God, such amazing. You go back and you read those stories, you'd be like, this is a Transformers comic book? This is amazing stuff. And it was. It really was. Missing stuff. You're going to die for that. Oh, you're still... Sean, will you do 2 separate explained in a minutes for the Ant-Mans? I probably won't. I'll probably just make them like extended ones, like I've done with a lot of, like, if your name is Ant-Man, I'm just going to kind of throw it in. And just, yeah, I've done that a few times before, where I just make it a little bit longer. That's why I do prefer to do the 10 things about, as opposed to just trying to fit all inside of a minute, because it's so hard to do, especially when you've got, like, there were 5 characters who played Ant-Man at this point. Go Skittle, my humble personage bows before your grandeur. Dude, where did you find the script, or do you really have a photographic memory, like an eidetic memory? Because that is good. Joe Fisher, Wolverine team was the 3rd team, and Vulcan was the 2nd team. I actually started the process of doing a Vulcan, explained in a minute. Well, 10 things about Vulcan. Just saying. Just saying. You went on for 2 hours. Yeah, just about. I know. We're making a sequel. But, hey, if you guys are staying and talking, then I'm going to try and do the same thing until I'm just like, okay, I'm out. I can't take it anymore. More script. Go Skittle. Take care, everyone. See you in class Monday. See you later, Dick. I'm looking forward to your headcanon. Suzanne, what Joe was referring to, I think, is because Deadly Genesis made Professor X seem like someone who would throw away the children he was sworn to protect by sending them to die rescuing his original students. Yes. Okay, now I know what you're talking about. Okay, yes, absolutely. Yeah, Deadly Genesis did seem to do, like, it changed Professor X a lot. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of those, it's like, that's the way that people, it's like, if you've got it, that's a thing. Like, imagine if Dick Fillmore left, so I'm going to talk about him behind his back, in a good way. Imagine if Dick Fillmore was suddenly made a Marvel Comics writer, and they were like, here you go, which comic book would you like to take? He would probably take X-Men, he might take Thor, he might take Spider-Man, he'd probably take Thor, whatever. Whichever one he's going to take, he's going to start bringing everything back, and he's going to find ways to just undo everything that's been done before. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, suddenly Iceman is straight. What happened? Inversion. And then all of a sudden people are going to be like, so you're saying you did conversion therapy on Iceman? Is that what you're saying? Which, it wouldn't be wrong. Oh my god. Now I'm coughing like an old man. What the frig? I'm not even 43 yet. But like, right? What? That's what, and I couldn't even argue with that. But we'd be trying to make it like, because that's the thing about nostalgia, man. That's the thing about nostalgia. You always think that your thing was the best, and people are going to be catering to our age groups now because we're the prime consumers. So when we sit there and say, they're even rebooting all the movies from the 80s. Yeah, because a decade ago they were rebooting all the movies from the 70s. You know what I'm saying? And those people were saying, hey man, look, our stuff is obviously the best, so like it's a vicious cycle. Bring them to me on Titan. Father, we will not fail you. Sean, yeah, the Professor X retcons made him look horrible. Oh my god. How the hell do you do? You've got to have the script. You're just copy pasting, aren't you? Aren't you? You should choose your words more carefully. Love that. Suzanne, yes it did. The kind of retcon breaks our hearts because his dreams and strength of character is what draws us to the X-Men. The dream of bring a world together by the right means. Alright, and I've reached the end of the comments. So, crap. Thanks, Def Rocker. I was born in '69, and a lot of this new comic stuff that's out is corny, not like the Silver and Bronze Age, when they were actually creating the stories for the first time. Yeah, I gotcha. Not like the Silver and Bronze Age stuff. Tori, much of reading other issues that, jumping a lot, that continue to read the first one, that continue what you read in the first one. I hear you. Aggressively relaxing. My sister-in-law worked on the Ant-Man costume. Nice, in the new movie. I'm so hyped. That is awesome, dude. Shout her out, man. You will never be a god. Night. See you later, Sean. Okay, I'm done. I didn't really want to cut you off, Ghost Skittle. Like, you got that whole scene down. Joe Fisher, watch them somehow say that Iceman has Emma still in his mind. Okay. That would actually be an interesting way to change that. Think about that. if they want to say that he's not actually gay, had Emma in his mind still, that actually, yeah, because she's probably going to turn good again, and there's not going to be any repercussions for all the bad that she's done, but that would actually be an interesting way of doing it. Not that I need to see it happen one right there. It's a weird thing. I don't know. Anyway, we were just down at 14. We got 15 now. I'm sorry, guys. It did wind down and out. Like, I know new people are jumping on all the time, but yeah, it's an hour and 50 minutes now. 1 hour and 50 minutes. Oh my God, it's an epic thing. So yeah, I'm gonna bounce. Yeah, I don't usually eat fast food, but my wife seems to buy Wendy's a lot, and I've got a double burger in there, a double Dave burger in there, so I think I'm going to go and crash onto that, because, yeah. Did you realize how Juan just decided to bail? Oh, I noticed how he bailed. He's like, yeah, I'm going to go back and protect the sanctum. Ain't nobody going after the sanctum. Shh, it's because I'm there. The whole world is going to die. You know what I'm saying? You just be like, I'm going to go back to the sanctum, but the time stone has been taken. I'm going to protect the sanctum, all right? Dude, Wong, man, what's up with that? Good night, everyone. Good night, everyone. Night, Professor. Looks like the sun's going down, big guy. All right, yeah, I will see all you guys later. It's been real. It's been fun. It has been some real fun. Anyway, guys, I will check you later. I will see you for another live podcast where we just talk all sorts of crap. Next week, Professor Bill, Comic Book University. Class dismissed. Later, guys.